Government insurance payers: Medicare, Medicaid, CHIP, TRICARE, CHAMP VA, CHAMP US and MediGap. The federal and state governments fund and operate several government insurance payers. Many of the government-operated insurance programs are specifically designed to cover a certain part of the population, such as veterans, the elderly, or low-income persons. Most of the government insurance payers that you will encounter while performing your job. Medicare. Medicare is a program started by the federal government to provide healthcare coverage options for persons over 65 years old, as well as younger people with disabilities. The Medicare program itself is broken up into several parts, each of which provides insurance that covers certain aspects of healthcare, such as prescription drug coverage, to eligible individuals. Medicaid. Medicaid is a program started by the federal government to offer healthcare coverage to low-income individuals. The costs of the Medicaid program are divided between the state and federal governments, a complication you will need to be aware of as you review claims. Note that all states have their own version of a Medicaid program, though they all must meet minimum requirements of care, as established by the federal government. Children's Health Insurance Program, commonly referred as CHIP, provides health insurance to children of families who can't afford private coverage, and whose incomes are too high to receive Medicaid coverage. CHIP is jointly funded by state and federal governments, just like Medicaid, and each state has a different interpretation of its program. Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Department of Veterans Affairs, commonly referred as CHAMP VA, covers certain healthcare costs for dependents of veterans who are permanently disabled due to injuries or conditions suffered during service, as well as dependents of veterans who died during service. TRICARE. This healthcare program provides insurance to active service members and their families, retired military personnel and their families, and the survivors of deceased service members. TRICARE, formerly known as Civilian Health and Medical Program of the Uniformed Services, or CHAMP US, is funded and run by the federal government. MediGap. This is a policy provided by private carriers to supplement Medicare coverage to cover services not covered by Medicare, deductible and co-insurance. There are other federal and state insurance programs available to those who are eligible, but those mentioned above make up the majority that you will encounter while performing your job. Backbencher note: premium is the amount you pay your insurance company for health coverage each month or year. Deductible is referred as the amount of money you must pay out of pocket before coverage kicks in. Deductibles are usually set at rounded amounts, such as $500 or $1,000. Typically, the lower the premium, the higher the deductible.